In this video, I'm going to briefly demonstrate how you can use the Rapid Tables website to find color codes, RGB and hex color codes for your favorite colors or the colors that you plan to use in your website and in your graphic development. You should have this website bookmarked like I do. It's www.rapidtables.com. And right here on this page is just about everything you need to know. In the assignment, I'd like you to explore this page, and I'm just going to show you a few of the things that I want you to do. First of all, come down to the color picker, which is really the very first tool on this page that you come to. You can use this to find the RGB or hex code for any color that you might want to use. The color slider helps you to find the basic color that you're looking for, and then once you're, say, in the blue colors or the shades of blue, then you can click inside here to get a specific color that you're looking for. So in the assignment, play with that for a little bit, and then come down to the RGB color codes chart, which shows some of the more basic colors that you can use in your web page development or when you're working with graphics. If you mouse over one of these, it'll show you the hex code and the RGB code for the colors that are here on the chart. In the assignment, I want you to look at the red, yellow, and blue primary colors, and then the orange, green, and purple secondary colors. Then scroll down past this RGB color format and calculation section to the RGB color table that shows the basic colors. These are the colors that have an HTML or CSS name, and these are the colors that you can refer to by name in your code. In the canvas element demonstration, I referred to the silver color just by calling it silver, but this chart also shows the hex code and the RGB code for each of these colors, which can also be used in your programming. Then down below this table you have another table of named colors. These are considered web safe. These are colors that will show up with the right shade on just about any monitor, so they are safe to use in web page design. In the assignment, I'd like you to look through these colors and find some that you like and record both the hex and the RGB code for those colors. Then go back up to the RGB color picker and manually enter the RGB or hex code for some of those colors and watch how it finds the color for you. One of the colors that I like has a hex code of BF4F4C, so I type that in and just click here and it finds the color for me here in the color picker. You can do that with any of the color codes that you've recorded. Now, to finish off this video demonstration, I'm going to use an image editing program to change the color that is used in one of our paint can graphics that is in the Wacky Wall web page. I'm going to use GIMP to demonstrate these steps. If you have an image editing program that you like to use, you can use that instead, but this will show you the basic concepts. So we'll open one of the files, which you will find in your course files folder in section 2 in the Wacky Wall project folder. I named the paint cans just simply by the color of paint that they have in the can. So I'll demonstrate here with the green paint can. Open that. In GIMP, you can do this with the magic wand or fuzzy select tool. Just click on that tool Then click on the color that you want to change, and it will select all of that color. Then go to the foreground color select button and open up the change foreground color dialog and pick the color that you want. Now here's where it will come in handy if you've written down, made a note of either the RGB or the hex code for the color that you like. If you go back here, for example, to the RGB color codes chart and you want to find the code for cyan, you can look here in this table and see that it's 00FFFF. So I'll go back to the change foreground color window and type in that code and click OK. Go back to my GIMP window, and now we see that cyan is the current foreground color. Click on the tool that is used to fill selected areas. In this case, it's the bucket fill tool. Then click within the selected area, and now it changes the color. To get a better look at the results of what you've just done, you'll want to remove this selection marquee, this dotted line that keeps moving around. So I'm going to select none, so that goes away. Now I see that everything that was green is now cyan. So now I'm ready to save this file. I don't want to lose my green paint can, so I'll do save as and change the name of the file to cyan.png. We'll be able to use this image in a later exercise. Now the last part of the assignment, I'll show you really quickly here a basic skill in a graphic editing tool. This last part is to find a tall, skinny character that will fit in the space where the Cassie character currently is placed in the Wacky Wall web page. I have found this character here after a lot of searching that is tall and skinny. It's a very large image, so I need to scale it down to the dimensions that fit in this spot. So I use this option here to scale the image, and it's 152 by 520. So I break the little link here that keeps the width and height proportional. So I am going to change the proportion of this a little bit, make it actually a little taller than it currently is proportionally. I also want to change the DPI to 72, since that will make the file smaller and the quality will still stay the same in terms of how it will look on a web page. So now I've scaled this down, and you can't hardly see it because it's set at a 33%. So now I'll just make it 100%, and this is what my image looks like now. Another image editing trick is to be able to flip the image either horizontally or vertically. So I'm going to flip this horizontally so that this character is facing more towards the action on the screen, and then save it with a new name. And the name that's already in the code is character.png, and the location is the same location as the HTML file. So I'm going to go back to that folder in my course files directory, Wacky Wall project folder. Oh, and this reminds me that one of the steps that I needed to do was change the name of the existing character.png file so that we don't lose it. So I'm going to cancel and do that real quick. So I've opened the Wacky Wall project folder. Just going to click once here and change this to character_old. Now I'll go back into GIMP with my tall, skinny robot character. Save as. Go to that same folder. Save it as character.png. Now the proof that we've done what we wanted to do with this character image is to open the WackyWall demo HTML file, and there's our character that we just cropped down and scaled down to fit in this spot. And that completes the steps of this demonstration.